Hey, what's up? Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rufaro, and today's video is going to be all about university. I haven't posted one of these videos in a very long time, but I feel like since school starting on Tuesday, this would be a very fitting video if you are interested in knowing what I think you need in university, your supplies, your gadgets, your stationery, and all that good stuff. Then you can keep watching this video. Okay, so the first gadget that I'm going to recommend you get is a tablet. Tablets come in so many different types. I currently have the iPad Pro 2018 version. Comes with the Apple Pencil. I can actually take notes on it and I can write on it, and there's so many different softwares that you can download for free or you can purchase that you can write your notes on, because it's also very lightweight. When you are maneuvering through college or through uni, you can definitely pop this into your bag and it's not going to be as heavy as your laptop, and I really think it's very versatile. Get a Bluetooth keyboard and you can connect it to this. It can even turn into a little computer if you want to. So highly recommend getting a tablet of your choice if it is within reason, of course, and if it's something that you've been thinking about. Moving on to gadget number 2, which I think is a little bit more obvious, of course, and that would be a laptop. So I have the 2015 Macbook Pro Retina 15-inch. I got it right after I got my A-level results, so 2018 January, and I love this laptop so much. It is amazing. It's kept me going throughout university. This is an amazing gadget that I use to write my notes, to write my essays, my term papers. You guys, since I started university, I swear to you, I think I've written over 50 term papers in my life, but it's okay. So yeah, this is where I do all my PowerPoint presentations when I have to. I also use the laptop to edit my videos on YouTube. I've got iMovie here for free, and that's currently what I've been using to edit my videos. I also use my laptop for Netflix purposes as well, and YouTube and Prime Video. And Disney Plus is a great gadget that really can be used for a range of different things, and I would highly recommend investing in a great laptop. One thing I do want to mention is the fact that, you know, sometimes you might feel pressure, like when you're in class seeing everyone with the latest MacBook and you're like, oh, I need to go take out another credit card to get the latest MacBook. Honestly speaking, you don't need to do that. I really do think that whatever laptop you have, as long as it's not crashing, then I think you're good to go. Apparently Microsoft laptops are better than Apple laptops. I wouldn't know, because I am an Apple junkie and I will always and forever be Apple Pro here. I really don't know, so I can't be the one to judge. So I would just say whatever laptop you have, as long as it's working, it's a great thing to have in university. Moving on to the third item, I would suggest you get yourself a pair of wireless headphones or earphones like mine over here. Well, don't get the same ones as mine. I mean, it's really up to you. If you do want to get AirPods, by all means go ahead, and if not, you don't have to. There's so many different brands out there that are making wireless headphones that are absolutely amazing. Now, the reason why I recommend these is because I took a little trip down memory lane and I realized that since I started university, one thing that I've always had was a pair of wireless earphones. They've been so amazing. Whether I'm in the library studying, whether I'm in my room watching a video on my laptop or my iPad, or I'm at the gym, which I never really go because I'm so lazy, but when I did go I definitely always had my AirPods or my earphones. Now that we are going to be taking school online, you might be in a very noisy place. You might find it worth investing in a pair of noise cancelling headphones if you think that is necessary. Again, you don't have to get an Apple brand. Like I said, there's so many different brands on the market right now. It really is up to you, whatever you like. Make sure you clean them, because I mean, okay. The next item that I highly recommend you have is a notebook. Do you guys remember back in primary school when we had homework diaries that we used to take to our parents, and they would know that on Friday there's a hot dog sale, so bring $2 and you can come to school wearing clothes because it's CV's day. I would highly recommend getting a homework diary even while you are in university. You don't necessarily have to use this to write homework in, but it can really just be for any prompts or any reminders, or really anything that you just need to take note of. Yes, I do have a reminders app on all my gadgets actually, to remind me of things that I need to get done. However, I I'm still an old-fashioned girl. I really do love to write things down. You don't necessarily need to go out to Staples, but to buy a new notebook, looking through the things that you have already and see if you've got something that you can recycle. So I've actually had this notebook since 2018. So throughout the 2 years, this has transformed into a lot of different things: a poetry book, a journal, a bedside table, notebook. It's just been a range of different things. But for this semester, I'm definitely going to be using this to write my reminders or any little prompts that I always just need to keep on the top of my head. I'm simply just going to rip out the pages that I don't need, and I've still got so many free pages that I can work with throughout the term. And yeah, this is pretty much what my homework diary is going to be. Next up would be a pencil case. Now this pencil case right here is actually not a pencil case. It's a makeup bag, but multi-purpose: recycle, reduce, and reuse. Okay, this is a makeup bag that I'm currently using as a pencil case. I've been using it for the past 2 years and it hasn't failed me. I also really think that this is a very aesthetically pleasing looking little pencil case. I love the polka dots, and yeah, it really does match my style. And inside it I obviously have my stationery, and I'm continuing with the same pens and pencils that I had from last semester, the few highlighters and things like that, because honestly speaking, I don't really feel the need for me to go out and purchase a new pencil case every single semester. That is so primary school. Do you remember the time when if you had the latest Hannah Montana pencil case, you were the coolest person? We don't do that anymore. I really think a pencil case is a very organized little thing to have for any college student, any university student, or any student really. I know some people who throw their pens and pencils straight into their bag, and can you stop? Please, like, do me a favor and don't do that, please. Okay, get yourself a pencil case. You don't need to go and purchase new pens and pencils unless you really need them. But go through your inventory and see what you already have, then purchase what you know you definitely need. The next part I want to highlight, of course, is my highlighters. No pun intended. Okay, I highly recommend getting a pack of highlighters. Mine are the mild liner double-ended highlighters, so you get a little fine tip on this end, and then you get your highlighter on the other end. I highly recommend these. They're absolutely amazing, and they're very well pigmented, but they're actually not going to bleed through your paper. And I've had these since 2018, you guys. They're not finishing, and trust me, I use these a lot. And yeah, I do love these. Okay, the next thing that I highly recommend you to get is flashcards. So this has pretty much been a study technique for me that I suppose really works for me, which is I think, I'm not too sure what the technical term is, but I think it's recall. I don't know, but basically what you do is you write a few questions on the back, and then you write the answers on the other side. So or if you are in a course where you need to know the definitions of words, you write the word on this end, write the definition on that end, and pretty much that's how I study. I think flashcards are very easy to work with, and they're also pretty portable. You can definitely like move around with this little pack if you're on the bus, just sitting, reading your book, reading your notes if you have to. And even if you are at work, maybe you're taking a quick break and you just want to quickly revise your notes, I really do think that having your flashcards is a very, very efficient and very smart way to study. So I highly recommend getting flashcards. My friend actually told me that he used to like put the flashcards on his bed, and he wouldn't go to sleep until he had finished going through all the flashcards on the bed. So I really think, you know, that's a very smart and very good way to study as well. But frankly speaking, I really do think that whenever I've used flashcards to study, I've done significantly well, as opposed to me just going through a textbook. The next thing I highly recommend getting is a folder. This is actually something that has trickled down since high school, because at my high school it was mandatory. It wasn't mandatory, but they recommended everyone to get a folder of some sort. And I remember one folder of mine that was so organized was my biology folder. But yeah, I still find myself using folders through university, especially to keep my syllabi neatly packed in here, as well as any paper handouts that we get in class. Sometimes you do, so you want to make sure that you are not crinkling them up, you're not messing them up when you put them in your bag. You can either put them in a notebook that has a paper holder in it, or you can just get a simple file that you can just put your papers in to just always keep everything organized. So yeah, but since everything is going to be digital now, I'm sure everything's going to be online. But if you are into paper handouts, if you are into printed work, I highly recommend getting a folder. Last but not least, I highly recommend getting a water bottle. Students should always be hydrated, so I highly recommend getting a water bottle. My mom got this for me from Winners last year. I love it. It's very gorgeous, very simple looking, but very efficient, honestly speaking. I love my water bottle. So yeah, I am trying to drink more water because my skin is oily and I was told that I'm dehydrated. Drink your water, guys. Get yourself a water bottle. And the last thing, of course, is a backpack or a bag of some sort to carry all your goodies as you go around uni. I personally prefer to use a handbag, and this is a very simple minimalistic tote bag from H&M. I've had this since last year. It was very reasonably priced, and I was in H&M this weekend and I noticed that they've got similar bags, but they're a little bit bigger, so obviously you can carry more things in them. I prefer a handbag as opposed to a backpack because first of all, I do want to be fashionable while I'm at school, okay? I think a handbag is a little bit more fashion friendly or fashion forward, and I really don't want to have back pains, honestly speaking, because since 2005, okay, till about 2015, I had a backpack. And the only time I decided to get a handbag for school was when I was in lower 6 and upper 6, and sweetie, it just makes sense, okay? So yeah, get yourself a backpack to carry everything, of course. Before you buy your textbooks, I would highly recommend that you go to your classes and listen to what your professors say. Sometimes lecturers tell you to get textbooks which are at a very high cost, but you barely ever use it. So it's very subjective, and I guess you can definitely use your discretion to see whether it is necessary, but don't be like me, okay? My parents and I were so excited. We went to the bookstore and we bought every textbook. We bought every textbook for every course that I was taking in my first semester, and did I actually use any of them? No, because the notes I was getting from my classes were pretty sufficient. So yeah, that's the only tip that I would give you if you do want to save some money. But if you do need the textbook, I would recommend checking out Facebook Marketplace. You can buy pre-owned books because yeah, the bookstore can sometimes be pretty hefty. There is something called an iClicker that you may possibly have to use in your classes, and you'll go to the bookstore and see that it's probably a good $40 to $50. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't purchase the iClicker just yet. Go to your first few classes and hear what your professor says. Depending on the class you're in, of which almost every class that I've been in where I needed to use an iClicker, there was always an alternative which was free, which is simply just downloading an application called Reef, I think, and you basically get the iClicker option on your phone instead of you going out and you buying the little remote. So yeah, it really is up to you. If you want to spend $40, go ahead, but if you want to take the free option, then do download the application that is free, that comes on Apple Store as well as Play Store, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that brings me to the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I wish you all a successful semester. I will see you in my next videos. Bye.